What's up, guys? Coach Madden, official trainer, YouGoProBaseball.com, and today we're going to talk about PFPs, pitchers fielding practice. If you guys aren't implementing this into your practice routine, you need to start doing it, working with it with your pitchers, because it's very important. And when these pitchers work on these things, and I'm going to show you four of the PFPs that we would do in professional baseball and college baseball, even at the high school level, but I don't see it that much in the youth level. These four PFPs you can implement into your practice plan, and your pitchers are going to know what to do when they get the ball to them. First one we're working on is comebackers, okay? And coach is going to hit balls right back at you, and we're going to work on throwing the ball to first base. In fact, this seems like one of the hardest plays on the baseball field for pitchers. They're either booting the ball or they're making a bad throw when they do get it, so we need to work on this. All we're going to do is get it set up into our pitching delivery. We're not actually going to deliver a ball here. We're not going to have a ball in our hands, but we're going to go through our motion, and then coach is going to hit us a comebacker. We're going to make sure we set our feet, gain a little bit of ground, go towards first, and make a good throw. So it looks like this. All right, the second PFP we're going to do is comebackers again, but now we're going to be going to second base. This one's a little bit tougher because a lot of the times we're going to be working up the mound after we field that ball. So we've really got to gain some ground, have mound awareness where we're at on the mound, because we're going to be on an uneven surface. So again, fielding that ball out in front, soft hands, quick feet, make a good throw. Always getting those feet set towards where you're trying to go. So three things you also want to think about when you're doing these PFPs to second base. One is how quick the ball gets on you. Like one of those examples that I just did got on me really quick. So I could take my time with my footwork going to second base, because I still got to wait for my shortstop or second baseman to get there. I don't want to rush it and airmail it into center field. Second thing is you got to know your runner, right? How quick your runner is. He's fast guy, slow guy. If I'm trying to turn two here too, I got to be a little bit quicker. So we got to know the runner, know how fast that ball was hit to us. So know the timing of the play. And then the third thing we got to know is we got to know who we're working with before the play happens. So if I got a runner on first base and a batter up here, I got to know who I'm working with before the play even starts, so I can get that double play and be ready for that double play, or at least know who I'm working with on the bag. Typically, if there's a righty hitter, I'm going to be working with my second baseman. If a lefty hitter, I'll probably be working with my shortstop. But you don't even have to think that far into it. A lot of the times, the shortstop or second baseman will let you know. You have to look back there and just give them the right here, give it back to them. So they'll let you know, you give it back to them. If they don't, it's on you, the pitcher job, to let them know, hey, short, me and you, okay? So the next one of the PFPs is gonna be tweeners, and this is a tough play, very tough play, requires communication with your first baseman as a pitcher, and all we're doing is getting that ball in between. That's why we call it tweeners. The coach is gonna hit balls that are over here that the pitcher is gonna be coming to, and the reason why this is a very tough play is because that first baseman is going to see that ball off the bat and also be coming in to get that ball. So it's very, very tough play and requires communication. And this requires a lot of practice so that the pitchers and the first basemen can all be on the same page when this play happens in a game. This play could determine the game. If you got a guy on third and this play happens a little dinker, do you want to lose the game on this play? No. All you got to do is practice it. Now, our job as the pitcher in the tweeners, after we deliver the ball, we're gonna run straight to the cut over here. So I'm never gonna veer off of this line here. So if the ball's slower and in front of me, I can come off the line this way to field it. But if the ball gets past me this way, I never wanna come off my line this way to field it. In that case, it becomes the first baseman's ball, okay? So our job again is just to run fast to the cut. And what I mean by the cut is the cut of the grass where it goes from clay to dirt. And I'm not running straight to the bag. I'm gonna run straight here, get to the line, and then cut up the line on a straight way to receive this ball from the first baseman. When I receive the ball, I want to make sure I hit the bag with my right foot, break it down if he's still trying to field the ball. I don't want to be on this bag, because remember, we got a runner coming. I don't want to get run over, right? So I want to hit this bag with my right foot, be off of the bag, break it down if I need to. If not, I'm going to catch this ball here, and then come through the bag, hit it, and peel off. If the first baseman is there to cover it, you could do a nice underhand toss. If not, you got to continue that route and get to the bag before that runner does. The next PFP we're going to work on is bunts, okay? As a pitcher, now we also have to be able to communicate with our catchers, because the catchers are coming for this ball as well. So we got to know who's getting what. Catcher's job is to call it if he wants it. If he's not calling it, we get to it as quick as we can. make that play, deliver a good throw to first or wherever we're trying to throw that ball. Right now for the example, I'm gonna show you one on the first base side, throwing to first, one on the third base side. One thing you wanna think about on the first base side is if it is close to that line, you wanna make sure you clear some space, create a throwing lane to where the runner is not in the way. Some things you gotta think about on these is knowing your runner, first of all, so how quick you gotta get rid of the ball. Also staying low and making a good, accurate throw. One thing for the bunts down the third base line is you wanna make sure you get around them and set your feet going this way, fielding the ball just inside of your back foot so you can get that momentum going towards first. Now on a play like this, when your catcher calls you off, you want to make sure that you peel off the correct way. Like if there was a guy on second there, I wouldn't want to peel off this way because he might be making that throw to third. I know that the play was going to first in that example, so I peeled off this way. You just have to know when your catcher calls you off, get out of his way. Now in that situation, that just shows why communication is so important, because you don't want an easy play. Like you just beat this guy as a pitcher. If it wasn't a bunt, if it was a swinging bunt, you just beat this guy. But he's on first base now because we weren't communicating correctly. PFPs, or pitcher's fielding practice, is just so important, and you have to implement it into your practice routine, because some of these even though they seem like very basic plays, they can have big results at big moments and cost you games. So if you understand this and you understand what you're supposed to be doing in these situations and you practice it over and over again, when it comes game time, you're just gonna be able to react and do it. And that's the whole point of PFPs, and that's why you need to practice them over and over again and implement them into your practice routine. Now also, one other thing I want to touch on as a pitcher, which was a huge game changer for me, is a lot of these plays when I would field them, I wasn't used to, you just pitched a ball as fast as you could to home plate. Now you've got to change from a pitcher to a fielder and make a good throw to first or wherever you're throwing that ball. And one thing that was very hard for me a long time, all the way through college even, was to make that transition from a pitcher to a thrower. And I would airmail a lot of balls. And the reason why is it was a mental thing. I would come up to that ball, I'd get it, and there was something inside of me that just said, ah, and I couldn't make that throw. I would freeze up, I'd airmail it or lollipop it, the guy would be safe, whatever it is. And it's definitely a huge issue. I see it a lot of times with a lot of players, not only young guys, but through high school, college, and even in professional baseball, you'll see it sometimes. What I did was I made a decision my senior year of college to not ever feel that way again. And once I decided that I never wanted to feel that way again, and that I was gonna go at every single play with 100% conviction and belief in myself, it stopped. And I was able to make those balls, field them cleanly, and make good, accurate throws. So you have to tell yourself that you're gonna attack those balls with full conviction, full belief, grab those balls, turn, set your feet, and make a good throw. Just have that full belief in yourself that you can do it and you can make the play. And when you make that decision and you go at it that way, you're gonna be able to make these plays no problem. Guys, I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you're gonna implement this into your practice routine, go ahead and give me that thumbs up, coaches. If you haven't already, click my logo so you can subscribe. Go and watch my most recent video that I just uploaded. It's a good one, I promise. Leave a comment below and let me know which one of the PFPs that you like the most. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.